What is going on, everybody? McLaren Speed Shop World Champion coming at you, and we're here with some Rayleigh gaming. And this deck is awesome. This deck is so much fun. I'm enjoying it a lot. It's super cool. I love how it's unique and centered around kind of like events, which is very fun. And these events are awesome. Being able to use them for both the offense or defense and like having to make decisions that influence the game are super cool to me, and it's very interesting to me as well. This especially this one, Conquers Hockey. This card is nuts. The fact that it gives a minus 1,000 power to your opponent's entire board for a turn is wild. So, but this card is very fun. Outside of that, though, overall breakdown, the Angry Luffy here is kind of like your main setup piece to kind of hit our chain summons. So depending on who you're playing, he's very strong. And I like going into this Luffy, so the OP01 Luffy, because this Luffy's main ability gets 2 Rests of Dawn, so you can immediately buff him up to 6k, just in case, depending on who you're playing, like Zoro and stuff. So he'll be at 6k for the rest and things like that right away, especially if you try to drop him early versus only being able to put the 1 Dawn, because on play, this Luffy gets to attach 1 Rested Dawn to a character or leader, but you need 2 attached Dawn on a character or leader to get the buff. So remember that. That's why I like this. Also, too, when this has 2 Dawn, it can't be KO'd in battle by strike characters, which is kind of fun. So that means all other Luffys and like Sanjis and stuff can't KO this guy for character battles, which is pretty fun. Outside of that, we got this Jinbei. I also love this card. It's a 7k rusher basically with counter, so it's awesome. Being able to use leader ability with this, it's just 7k. He's super strong. Then I got 3 of the Sanjis here as well, just for some card draw, and because this gets the 6k and is playable often here, this Luffy as well. So you can do that, and also too, either of them help out with the Gum Mulligan. This card's great. And then we have a whopping endless searches, which is cool. So I got 2 Namis, 2 Buggies. And then, so overall we have, again, Boa is a search. This event is a search. So that gives you the 8. We have the 12, 14, 16 searches, which is more than enough for me. This is pretty awesome. And then pretty much how I break down like the targets and everything. So if you throw in kind of like your deck stats into like one of those like hypergeometric calculators and stuff like that, you can kind of crunch the numbers. And I believe depending on the amount of cards that whichever search is looking for, if it's 5, as long as you have, I think it's like around like 18 like hits, you have a 90% chance of those 5 cards, at least one of them will be searchable. So that's why we got this stuff here. And I got it breaking down. Also, too, Buggy's nuts against Zoro. He just is invincible, which is kind of funny. So, because he can't get KO'd by slash attribute characters and leaders, so he's just immune in that. And then I have the couple Frankies in here for the blue-purple Luffy matchup. But outside of that, pretty much just whopping your opponent in the face, because you can attack him like consistently for 6-7 Ks every turn, which is awesome. And then you're just trying to knock him down to pretty much be able to, if needed, set up an unblockable like 15k at the end. So deck is really fun. I love the events, being able to play around and put stuff together. So we'll jump to some games and see what we can do. All right, we got the blue-purple Luffy, so we'll see what we can do. I am fine with rolling with this here, as we do have technically our card for this matchup with Frankie, being able to do stuff there. And then, all right, throw down Boa. Massive. We're able to find our Luffy here. So this Luffy's awesome, especially if you're going here. So they're attacking us there. I'm fine with that. We'll go no. So we'll remember that for later. We'll throw down Luffy here. We'll do. I'll show him this and this. So I'm gonna play this out. Do this here. And then we'll attack him here. They're able to block that. All right. So 2k out of hand. I guess we'll see what they have. If they have that, okay, yeah, I was looking for that. The God Thread. So a little stinky, but it is what it is. I'm fine with this as well. So they're at 7. They're gonna be at 9 next turn. Okay. How do we go about this? I can do, we'll throw down another one of these, see what we can find. Jinbei would be nice for later. I'll do this. I kind of want to drop this down here, but we can grab 2 here. Alright, let's do our search again here. Okay, we get another Luffy, so I could do this again next turn. Okay, that might be kind of big there. Let's reveal, yeah, 2 events. Do the same 2 here. I'm going to buff up this here, and then we're just going to hit him with a bunch of 6s here. Because they only have cards in hand. So then I can do another one here. Attack him 6 again. Alright, so they do that, and then we'll attack him 6 again. So they do often stuff there. Okay. So it's pretty much just, do they hit the 9 mom here or not? So if they don't, we're in a good spot. If they do, we're in a bad spot. So that's pretty much all it comes down to overall here is just that there. So we'll play around with that and go from there. Alright, they're going... Okay, I'm fine with this. So they're just hard dropping the 9 mom, but leaving nothing here. Okay, so that's cool. I can then do... We just do Luffy again. So we can drop, yeah, this down. We'll do the same 2 we've been doing. Drop down this here, put 1 here. And we do this again here. Alright, and then I'll do search. We'll do this. Yeah, I guess we'll grab the Sanji out of our options on that. We'll throw down our other search here. See what we can find. Just another event. So it leaves me with 2. Well, depending on what they do, we won't be able to do like too much here. So we have 2 there. So this is at 5. I'm just going to rip them for 2 7s here since I don't have any Dawn up. Oh, I forgot to use leader ability. We could have done more. That's on me. It's a misplay out of me. But worked out regardless. I could have boosted him up. We could have done a 7 and then that there. So, alright, same kind of deal. If they have another 9 mom, then we're in a tough spot. If they don't, we got a chance. Because I'll probably drop Frankie next turn. So we can mess around with our stuff there. 6 on 3. Unless I want to make a play here. We could go this and this to keep this up. And then force him to attack again here. As a block. No, we'll save it just in case. So yeah, fine with taking 1 here. Ooh, okay, this might be big for us. Alright, well, there's the pesky 9 mom number 2. So that makes things not great for us there. But, alright, I'm going to throw this down here. So we can do this. Alright, reveal 2 events. We'll do the same 2 here. So I can buff this up here. So this is at 7. I'll hold on to this for next turn. So this is at 7. I'm trying to think of what all we can do here. Because I could do... If we can set them up... There's no way they have a 3rd 9 mom. Right? For the next turn. Because if we buff this up, we can mess around with potentially activating Frankie's ability if they play something here. But I also have this as well. Because I could buff up this here to 6. Since I have this. I might make that play. So we'll do this and this. So this is at 6. This is at 5. Then we have this here. So we'll do 1 here. Do 8 on 6. Just kind of see if we can... What they try to do here. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretty much attack another 8 on 6 here. Because then, if this is Gum Gum Giant or whatever, I'm trying to draw this out there. Okay, so they do that. And then, alright, we'll put these 3 on here. We'll do another 8 on 6. See what they do. Okay, so they do that. And then we'll tag them 6. Alrighty, well, as long as they don't have a third 9 mom, we can pull this out. If they do, that's nuts. But it is what it is. Okay, they got the Rush Luffy here. Okay. So 6 on 2. Alright, nothing I can do about that. But I mean, if they don't have a blocker, we're kind of chilling on that front though too. Because they still have 4 life because of the 9 moms here. We'll do take that there. Alright, they're dropping down the Luffy here. Okay. So they do that already. And then leaves them with 2. So if they do have 2 there, they can do that. Alright, so we can do attach this here, see what I can find. Alright, we can do this. So, alright, we'll do this here. So he's at 10. Leaves me with all of that there. Then I have all this stuff here to potentially make a stand next turn. So, alright, well, we'll see what happens. This is pretty much all we got here. So we'll attack him 17 on 6. See what the stinky Gum Gum Giants bring. So, go there. Just gotta hope they don't get a bunch of 2Ks out of the deals here. And we'll be okay. So, yeah, there's the other one, because of course there is. And then we just gotta hope they're bricked up. And they're not. So, unfortunate for that, but we'll see what we can do here. It's not over. They have to play around some Dawn. And we got 2 life. As long as I have this card, we got a shot. So, we'll see what transpires here. Because we saw 2 Gum Gum Giants at least, so that's cool. We'll go 1, 2, and 3. So we can block that. Another one here. I'll go no. We can do this. Buff that up here. Do this. Buff that up here. And then we can do this. So we do both of those there. We'll go no. They give us our Frankie back. So we can do that. So we're able to block out all of these. They have this here. Okay. Dropping down Nami. Alright. And then we're just going to drop Boa. See what we can find there. So we'll drop this down. I'm looking for, I guess this. I'm just looking for a way to boost up Rayleigh again with another like Gatlin or something. So we can do this here. Alright, and then we'll just do this. 1, 2. Do this. Go 1, 2 there. And then, yeah, hope they can't block out of a 15. So we'll do this. Another Gum Gum, of course. So they get that there. The gear 2. And alright, there we go. 3 Gum Gum Giants. Able to barely squeak it out. That's kind of nuts. But there we go. Again, this matchup is very hard if they see multiple 9 moms. If they only see 1, definitely doable in my experience so far. But if they see more than like that, it makes it really tough. But we're able to put it together there. That was crazy with all our stuff here. And yeah, 3 Gum Gum Giants. The only reason they were able to extend that. Blocking out of a 17K and then almost blocking out of a 15K is nuts. But we'll take it. Alright, we got the new blue-purple Sanji here. Our hand going off in this stuff. I do have a search. You have the mulligan. This stuff here. I guess we'll keep it. just because we can try to get things going with Boa here. Off the rip, we draw into Luffy already, so we throw this down. Of our options right now, I'm just gonna grab another one of these because we have a Luffy we can play. They drop their Sanji there, okay. So they do that. Okay, we get this here. Which one I want to play at first? I guess we'll throw this down. Ooh, okay, yeah, we want the Luffy for next turn. Then I'll throw down Nami as well. Well, Nami, the Nami one's a whiff, unfortunately. No, I should have did this first to get the Luffy, but it happens. We'll reveal 2 events. We'll do, I guess, this and this, so I can buff this up. So we'll do this here. I'll attack him here. All right, and then I'm gonna do with our other stuff here. I'm gonna throw this down, and then we'll do this here. Since they took that one, blast them with a 7. So they either have to take another one or get rid of 2 cards there. So they grab this. All right. So again, their leader ability pretty centered around like events as well. So they get to -1 down and then use stuff there. But next turn, see what get going. Again, if I can get something off in the Luffy here, that'd be pretty great. But we'll kind of go from there. So attack in 6. All right. Okay, we do have a combo here. And then, all right, they're not doing anything there. All right, interesting. We'll throw down the Luffy then, and then we'll show them the same 2 here. So then I can put, the Sanji there. Put 1 here. And then reveal the same 2 events. So I'm going to buff this up. So we can do that there. So we have this at 5. That leaves me with 2. I kind of want to leave 1. So, all right, we'll do 5 here. Okay, and then we'll do the 6 here. So get him to do block out of that. All right, I assume we're going to lose either Luffy or Sanji here. So we'll mess around with that. 5 on 2. All right. Not too much I can do there, but we can use one of these to block out our stuff here. And then I'm not opposed to dropping Frankie next turn either, though. So just see what they do. All right, they bounce the Luffy back. Okay, I feel like they probably shouldn't have, just because we can do like whatever there. So we'll do this here, rest that, to do that there. All right, and then they're attacking again. We'll just do this, block both, because then I can target their stuff here because they're low in cards in hand. Ooh, we get our Jinbei. Because I could also, I can mulligan this out of here for 4. I can go Jinbei 3, leaves me with 1. Then we hold this. Okay. Get rid of that. So they have these here. Okay. Actually, I'll attack them. We'll just do this. I'll just attack them here. Okay, so they do that there. Attack them 6. So they block that already. And then we'll throw down Jinbei here. We'll show both of these. Alright, and then we'll show both of these again. Boost this up to 7. Get them down to 1 there. Leave 1. Alright. So we force them to have to use an event to bounce something back, but if they don't get a blocker, we win next turn. So that's pretty much where we're at here. They have to play a blocker. So looks like they're just searching. We're gonna be able to rip them for 15k. So we'll be chilling there. I also, again, we can just sell out with keeping our board up too, so doesn't matter too much with our stuff. So, all right, we'll go. Yeah, no here. Do this, do this, do this. So we get the free block there, minus those down as well here. So these are back down to 6. So they use that. Okay. Well, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, because they don't have anything to block a 15k off the forehead. So there we go. I guess they got that. Must have gotten this like too late there. But we had Boa next turn. So depending on what Boa would have led us to as well, we could have potentially been able to do some stuff. We had some search engine stuff going. But yeah, there we go. All right, we got some Zoro action with our stuff here. Technically got 2 searches, and we got our mole gun, so I'll keep that since we only have 2. And we got Jinbei, card I love a lot, so we can maybe make a play around Jinbei and go from there. So, all right, they got the Tashigi, because again, Zoro likes going first, so we'll see what we can do to play around all of that. Drop this down. Ooh. Grab our, Luffy here. Okay. And then, well, depending on what we can get going, I guess, for the next turn, we'll determine if I'll play this or not next turn. Because we know turn 3, they want Tashigi to drop. Because I could play around that. We could go Jinbei on this next turn. So we'll see what they grab here. So another Tashigi. Okay, so to remember that, again, Tashigi is a brick, so we don't have to do too much. If I'm taking this, all right, we get our search here as well. I do get this combo here. All right, let me attack here. But I might wait a turn. So if I play this, I could go. We use this and Jinbei. I could do a 6 and a 7. Because if I play both of these, or do I play both of these? I don't have a way to. This will be at 6. I don't have a way to counter out of it. This is the only issue, because if they attack 8, that'd be not fun. But I mean, we could just get it set up and then do there. So they're gonna play Tashigi next turn. No, I kind of like the Jinbei play. We'll do Jinbei here. I'll do show this and this here. Because I can use Boa as well. We could just rip 2 7s. There and get him down to. Try to get him down to 3 real quick. And then we can just kind of outpace him there. So we can do, this and this again. So boost up Jinbei here. 7 on 5. Alrighty. And then leaves us 1. I will do this here. Hit a search. So we'll grab this for later. And then do I want to keep this though? So they drop that. Put them in a spot with both of these. I might just keep this up here. We'll do this to see where we get out of 2K. So we can put them in a strange spot. And try to set some stuff up here. Because if they play Tashigi next turn, we can go this and this. They play the Tashigi. We know they have 2, so they could go back-to-back Tashigis. I have the mole gun to get rid of one of them. So we can try to play around that. But we'll just see what they do here and go from there. So next turn I'll be at 6, so if I set up these 2 for that, try to get, if we can find another search, I might be able to make a stand next turn that could influence the game a bunch. So, okay. I mean, I'm fine with this. Leaves them with 3. We'll see who they go for. Do they go for the Jinbei or the Boa? Alright, they're going for Jinbei. Fine with that. I mean, this makes it so I can use Boa to just bop this next turn as well. So, okay, they're attacking there. Well, I can't let that happen, unfortunately. So we'll do this here. Do that there. Block that, and then fine with taking this one. And, okay, we get Sanji. Cool. But I'm okay with this, because them not dropping Tashigi is big for us. Because that's, now I can just wait a turn for this, which is pretty cool. So, alright, we'll throw this down. We'll show this and this here. So I can throw out Luffy here. And then we can put one here. We can do this. So we get the Don there. We'll just attack here. Don't want them to get the free rest off. So I am fine with that. We'll throw this down. Put one on. We can grab... Ooh, I could go another Luffy here. I might grab, but this might be actually where we make our stand. And then we'll attack them 7 on 5 here. So we know they have 2 Tashigis in hand. They're going to be at 7. They kind of have to play the Tashigi this next turn. So we get 2 cards out of their hand there as well. So cool. But we'll see. Obviously, if they go for the Angry Luffy, this card will be massive. If they go here, we could get it up to 5 and get them down to 7. Yeah, I wouldn't. If they attack this Luffy, I wouldn't risk it, because I just don't want to be like 3 cards. But if they go for this Luffy, we can make the play to keep him up. But we'll see what they do, because I pretty much just need to keep blasting away. Because even if they play the Tashigi here, the next turn we can mulligan it if they don't play anything else, to keep it safe. And then next turn we'll just kind of blast away. Because I can just, since we have our unblockable, we can just kind of go crazy and try to knock them down as fast as possible here. So, alright, they're doing that. So, here we go. We'll do this here, do that. So we block that there, and then do this. So, huge turn events. They go for this Luffy instead of this one. And, yeah, now we can make a play. And, okay, cool. Grab that there. We get the Sanji as well. So we can mess around with our stuff there. I could drop Sanji down. So I'm at 8. Alright, let's do this first, see what I can find. That event here would be pretty cool. So we're able to do that. Alright, how do I want to do this? I could buff this up here. So we can do 2 events. We'll do this and this. I'll buff up Boa. Alright, and then for Boa we can attack 5 on 5 here. So we get a Cavendish out of the deal. Okay, cool. So I need to leave 1 for this. We need 4 for this. And then I need to put 2 on so I can buff up our stuff here. So, okay. We do these 2 here. And then we can go Mulligan. Since this is now at 6k, we can do that. Get rid of that there. Use Luffy here. Get his ability. Attack him 5 again. Again, we're just trying to get cards out of their hand at this point. And I can pretty much keep Boa on the board until we super need the ability, because we don't really have any threats to worry about, because I can also use the Sanji here as counter. So we'll see what they got going here, because again, this will be a 6 and then we got a 7, and we could just be continuously just relentless with stuff here. So alright, they take that one. Interesting. So we'll see what they do there. Okay, they do that, and then we'll rip them for 7 here. See what they do. So I'll take that. We get them down to 1. Alright, cool. So same deal. We pretty much try to sell out here to make a play. And then we'll just kind of see what they do. Because they may have the, the Mihawk, like, blocker that they're able to drop. Which they pretty much need some kind of blocker. We know they still have that other Tashigi in hand. So we know that as well from earlier, because we were able to play around. They didn't go back to back, which was Might be the deciding like move in like sequence right there. Of them not going there and there versus setting up everything else. But we'll see what we can do. So alright, there is the Mihawk. So they throw this down, that leaves them at the 5 here. And we'll see what they do. Same deal, if they go for this Luffy, we make the play to keep him up. But if they do not, then we'll play around with our stuff there. Alright, we'll go, yeah, no here. I'll count on that. So we'll do that there. I guess they're going to put 3 on here and then attack. If they attack Boa or Luffy, I'll give it to them. If they attack this Luffy, we'll make the play to keep them alive. Okay, unless they're leaving up counter here. Interesting. So we could do a bunch of things here. I'm going to, yeah, make the play here. We'll do this and this there, and then we can do this here. So it leaves us with both of these. Alright, they throw down another blocker. Okay. So I have this, we have this, and this. I'll hold on to both of these because I don't super need anything too crazy there. So we can boost up this. So I'm at the 2. Alright, we'll throw down this here. I'll do this. And then let me attack him here. Just to see what happens. Alrighty. And then I'll have to show off both of these so I can buff up Boa here. And then I'm just going to rip a bunch of 7s. So we'll do that there. Okay. Because this is at 5, this is at 6, this is 5. So we could go, yeah, 7, 7, 7, 7. And then we can also use Boa's ability here at the end. So, 7 on 5. See what they do. Because again, if needed, I can hold on to both of these. If they're able to... Oh, okay. Or they just do that. So I'll attack him here. I don't know. I guess they weren't attack him here. We're looking at our card here. Alright, so then we can do this. Go 1, 2 there. Then go 1, 2, 3 here. And yeah, there's nothing they can do in that. I don't know. I guess they... we showed them this card. Because they didn't read it. So, able to set up there. And yeah, there we go.